2018, I was invited to visit the site of Chernobyl. I declined. They came back around in 2019 and offered me a trip again. I declined again. I was curious, don't get me wrong. It would be a fabulous story, but I just wasn't convinced that there ain't no way that that site is still not toxic. And I didn't want one jaunt to a forbidden place to be the source of me getting cancer or some other kind of ailment later on. But that didn't prevent others from going. In fact, trips to sites like Chernobyl, Auschwitz, Ground Zero, and the killing fields in Cambodia are good business for these destinations. Taking a trip to a tragic destination is called dark tourism. That's traveling to a place connected with death, tragedy, or suffering. The hope is that people visit these sites to gain knowledge about history, to pay respect to victims, but also there are indeed many bad actors who go for a variety of other sick and tormented reasons. But going back to those who want to visit for sincere reasons, the question comes up about, is it okay to do so? Why would anyone want to go on a vacation to a place of immense suffering? So I interviewed 3 travelers who did so. Overwhelmingly, they reported that it was all about connecting with history in a way that a book or a documentary could never do so. Some were historians, one was a professor, and another was just a curious traveler. Overall, for them, it was about standing in a place where history happened and trying to understand its human impact. Take the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum, for example. When you enter, they give you an ID card with a real name and a story of a victim from the Holocaust, and you follow that person's journey throughout the museum. It's an incredibly powerful way to make history personal and real. But there is a huge responsibility that comes with visiting these sites. We've seen the stories of people smiling, inappropriately taking selfies at concentration camps, or treating solemn memorials like just another tourist attraction. So how do you visit these places responsibly? Ultimately, it comes down to your intention. The goal isn't entertainment. It does need to be solely about education, remembrance, and reflection. Do your research before you go, dress respectfully, put the phone away during somber moments, pay attention, and most importantly, listen to the stories that these places are trying to tell. This is a huge and complex topic, and if you want to understand more about the history, the different types of sites, and the ethics of how to visit, you can read my full in-depth article on travelwithdavy.com.